Hello everybody and welcome to AOR Season 16, round number 20 here for the Brazilian Grand Prix. And heading into this after Mexico, which I pretty much lasted about 50 metres before being put in a wall by either D-Sync or Tim Pump going for a gap which wasn't there. So that was pretty annoying, considering especially how the second half has been with how many lap 1 collisions I've had through no fault of my own and all the bad luck and lack of pace I've had in the second half. It was, quite frustrating. So coming into this round I just wanted to not just get a finish on the board but aim for a good result, but just to stay out of trouble and try and end the season in these final 2 rounds on a high, considering the fact I'm not doing season 17 either. I wanted to get some good results on the board before finishing the season. It's not been the greatest season obviously. I think coming into this I'm in P7 in the championship I think, so obviously not where I want to be because I race to win, I don't race to come P7. So considering we're in P2, leading the Constructors' Championship as well at near enough the halfway point of the season, the second half has not been good, so yeah, I just wanted to end it on a high. Currently in P11 in this session on the super soft tyres, and we're on course to improve, probably going to be in the 1 minute 6s as Michael puts up 6.5 to go P1 and we put up a 6.9 to go P9 on the grid with that. Only 3 3¾ tenths off pole, so we're going again because I feel we can do with being higher up on the grid than P9. And it's not great for our tyres in terms of the strategy, but I felt like I needed to go again to just try and improve my place on the grid because I don't want to be mired down in the pack, especially considering how it's been in other races this season. By being mired down in the pack, I've been involved in collisions which I shouldn't be in. So I was aiming to be a bit higher on the grid, and you can see we're currently up on our previous best time, so if we can move forward maybe to the low end of the top 5 or 6, that'd be good, but I don't think we're quite on course to do that at the moment. In fact we're now down on our previous best time, we're only temporarily, we've gone up again, but we're not up by much at all. So yeah, let's see how this goes around the final proper corner of this lap, and we get a fairly decent exit out there, so we're on course to improve now. So let's see where we can qualify on the grid. But yeah, aiming for a top 5 here today, which would be a good result, but we're losing time there just because we were running out of ERS at the end, and we only gained 1 position on the grid there through that extra lap, so we're P8 on the grid. But you can see here we loaded up into the race, and obviously 2 laps on my super softs. I wasn't really too pleased with the fact I did that and only gained 1 position, because now it's going to be worse for my strategy. But you can see the game glitched and we were stuck on the grid like that for a couple of minutes before restarting the lobby, so that was a bit of a blessing for me, because that means that my tyres and everyone else's tyres are now fresh, so I don't have 1 lap older tyres than everyone else. So starting P8 on the grid. The turnout is not amazing here today, considering what it's been like in the first half of the season and a lot of the second half as well. So 5 red lights here for the Brazilian Grand Prix, and we get a pretty decent launch off the line there. That's better than it has been in the last few races, and we look to the inside, but synthetic brakes very early into turn number 1, and we're just holding the outside line here of turn 2, getting a little bit hit there from behind, but we're holding on to P8, and you can see there's all kinds of chaos going on in front with Jarno and I think it was Nardi there around turn number 3. But we're in P8, and Big C's actually managed to get in front of Jarno, and I was hoping to get past Big C at the start because I felt like probably my pace would be a bit better than his, and I wanted to ideally stick with synthetic, but you can see already synthetic is in P4 and he's ahead of his teammate, he's ahead of Big C and he's ahead of Jarno as well. So yeah, we're not quite going to be able to stick with him at this stage in the race anyway. Maybe we can get in front of the cars ahead, but I know Jarno's usually pretty quick, and he's usually in the fight for podiums when he does race, so he'll most probably be challenging Big C in the coming laps. But I think it's Michael leading the race at the moment from Lucas and then Deagle. Those 3 have been very quick this season, and they're currently in the lead of this race as well. But moving on to lap 6, you can see Jarno's passed Big C in front, and it was a pretty straightforward move for Jarno. He literally went down the inside on the straight. Big C didn't even defend it at all. So Jarno went through into P6, and it'll be interesting to see how Big C will defend it when I try and make a move on him. You can see we've got DRS, and this is an ideal time to save some ERS as well at the same time, but already losing touch with the Williams the two Williams cars, who are managing to actually catch up with the top three, and then Jarno's following them as well. So we need to try and get past Big C if we want to have any chance of trying to stick with the leading 6. So getting a fairly decent run there out the final proper corner of the lap, and now down the straight. You can see the slipstream isn't really that powerful, but opening DRS now, and you can see Big C's got DRS as well, so that's kind of counteracting what we're gaining on him. But we're looking down the inside anyway of turn number 1, and we're locking up the front left tyre there, going around the outside now of turn 2, and he's getting his elbows out there, and he's pushing me pretty much off the track. So he's defending hard, unlike he did against Jarno. So again, he's defending the inside into turn number 4 here, and we're going to try a cutback, but he slows it down in the apex, so I'm not quite able to get the move done there. But again, we've got a good run here on Big C towards this fast right-hander, so we're looking down the inside, but he manages just about to hang it around the outside, but that's now giving us the opportunity to go down the inside of this right-hand hairpin here, almost making contact. Can we get the move done? I don't think we can. You can see he's pretty much just driven into the side of me there on the exit, and he forces us wide once again, and that's now enabled Flores to be right up behind the pair of us here, and that's not something you want to see, Flores in your mirrors. So we're going to have to try and get past Big C as quickly as we can to try and stay in touch with the top 6. I think Jarno is not quite able to hold the pace of the top 5, who are kind of slipstreaming and DRSing each other, if that's even a word. They're slipstreaming each other and saving ERS, so they've got good pace, and Jarno's struggling to get in touch with them. But you can see Big C now doesn't have DRS, so that's now giving us an opportunity to gain quite a bit on him in the straight. So we go down the inside, and we're almost making contact. In fact, we are making contact now, and again we can't get the move done there. So we're going to have to try something different in the coming laps. And now we've got Flores and my teammate Nolan behind as well, all trying to get past him. We're just losing so much time through this battle, and Flores tries it around the outside, but that's never really on. So we're holding on to P8, and now my teammate's fighting Flores, which is what I wanted really, because I didn't want cars to be fighting me from behind as well whilst trying to get past Big C. But now we've got a good run again down the inside again of turn number 1, and this time we're going to try the cutback around turn number 2 instead of hanging around the outside, because I knew he was just going to do the same thing again and try and push me off there at turn 2, and he defends the inside line very, very aggressively, and this is nothing like what he did to Jarno. He literally didn't defend to Jarno at all. But we're going for the cutback here, and he brakes so late, and we get a bit of oversteer there on the exit, and we actually made more contact on the exit as well, but this time we've got past Big C, and that was a fair move. We almost made contact quite a few times there because he braked so late, and I went for the cutback, but we've got the move done, so now we've just got to try and break away, and Flores has actually got in front of Big C, so I knew that was my time to try and break the DRS from those guys. But you can see Flores is actually on the soft tyres, so at this stage in the race now he has better pace than me because my super softs are wearing out, and yeah, the cars in front though, they're so far in front, and you can just see the gap to the cars in front, and I doubt we're going to be able to catch them because, as I said, they're saving our ERS by being in each other's slipstream, so it's hard to get in touch with cars like that who have quite a bit of an advantage with slipstream DRS. But Flores managed to get through. I didn't really fight him too hard there because my tyres are quite worn, but into the pits we go now, braking to the pit lane speed limiter, and I think Big C pitted a few laps earlier than me, so hopefully going onto the medium tyres we can remain in front of him, but it does take quite a while to warm up the medium tyres. They're just so cold when you leave the pits, so you lose quite a bit of time there. So even if we are in front of Big C, we need to have a big enough gap to remain in front. But you can see there's a glitching barrier there in the apex of turn 1, on the apex on the exit of the pit lane there, so that was pretty distracting during the race because you could always see that going into turn 1. But you can see we're in front of Big C still. Jarno's got a massive gap in front, so unfortunately it looks unlikely we're going to be able to fight with the top 6 here today. 5.4 seconds to Jarno in front. We've got a bit of a gap to Big C behind, but when your tyres are cold, he's most likely going to catch me up, and he's going to be in my DRS, and when someone's in your DRS on this game, your slipstream, it's so hard to pull away from them because they just save that ERS, and the DRS is so powerful as well. So it's difficult to pull away, and you can see Big C is pretty close behind me. He's 4/10 behind me, and I think it's Flores after him again, and then a Renault of some kind, I don't remember who. But J Thorne in front, he's gone into the pits now. He was running an alternate strategy, and there's been a few laps of Big C just sitting in my slipstream. You can see now he's going for a move. He tried it there down the inside, but I defended that one. We're not really going to be able to fight the cars in front, so it's literally going to be this battle. I was trying my hardest to break the slipstream to them, but I just couldn't, because you can just see how powerful it is there. But look at that, he's weaving all over the place trying to go for the move here. With that kind of aggressive weaving, with the desync on this game, I was getting a little bit worried that there was going to be a bit of desync and I'd spin around or something like that, especially considering what happened in Mexico. But again, he has quite a bit of a gap to us, but with the DRS he's just able to close that gap down, and we defend it again into turn number 1. But through this defending we're having to do, we're losing more and more time to not only the cars in front, but also the cars who are yet to pit and the cars behind as well. Tim Palm, I think, is just coming out the pits now, so he's going to be quick. He's on a softer compound as well, he's going to be quick later on in the race. Big C again tried it there around the outside, and now he's going to try around the outside of this right-hander, which is never really on. I tried that in season 14 on him on the final lap of the race where I actually took the title, and he pretty much squeezed me onto the grass. I remember that. So yeah, he tried the similar move. The difference was I didn't put him on the grass like he did to me in that one. But you can see again he's weaving down the inside, and there was actually a bit of contact, and I think I've seen, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've seen this footage, and I don't think there was contact on his screen, so that was desync again. So that's why I'm getting a little bit worried with that kind of weaving around, because there's always a chance to hit the car in front with desync and put me in a wall, so I don't want that obviously. So P7 it is, and you can see the gap to Yano in front's just extending lap by lap as I'm having to defend every single lap. Again, it's the same scenario, defending the inside line, and Tim Palm's now getting closer and closer as well to this fight. I think he's just behind Big C now, but again, actually no, Flores is just in front of Tim Palm, but Tim Palm's going to be incredibly quick in these final 10 laps. So we make a bit of contact there with Big C, who I'm not sure what he was trying to do there, but we defended the inside line again, and same thing, he's trying around the outside, and through all this defence we're just losing so much time well, I mean, I think Tim Palm wouldn't have caught us up so quickly if we were kind of working together and people weren't trying moves every single lap. But you can see Big C, I think, made a little bit of a mistake there, so this is now our chance to try and get a gap and try and break that DRS, because that's been our problem all race, just trying to pull away from the cars behind, which we're unable to do. And Tim Palm actually managed to get in front of Big C, and him being on the super soft tyres, there's no point really fighting him too hard, but being on the mediums compared with him being on the super softs, it's likely we will be able to close him back up again towards the end of the race, because the super softs don't last too long, and I think he's been on them for about 4 laps already, 4 or 5 laps already, I don't really remember, but he's gone through into P7, not really fighting him too hard, so hopefully we can stay in his DRS here for as long as possible, and then we should be able to close him back down towards the end of the race. But Big C and Curly are now embroiled in a battle behind, and they've got Flores in that as well, so we should be pretty safe here in P8 for the remainder of the race. It was a good battle with Big C, it was better than we've had in previous races this season, but yeah, it was hard but fair. There was a lot of desync in it, but yeah, it's P8 again here today it seems, unless Tim Palm has some kind of penalty. You can see here on lap 36 he pulled away about 1.5 seconds I think, and then he started to struggle again at the end of the race, so we closed him back down. At this stage I was still pushing to try and find a way through if I could, because I didn't know if he had a penalty or not. Lucas takes the win here today, so fair play to him. Those top guys again were just too quick, a lot quicker than me, which is unfortunate, but I'm just doing the best I could really with the amount of practice time I have. But you can see we've got slipstream, DRS and everything, and we closed in on Tim Palm, who actually did have a penalty, so that put us in P7 here in this Brazilian Grand Prix. So P7 it is. So yeah, a pretty average race, but thank you very much for watching. Leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will see you for the final round, the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. So see you very soon, goodbye.